Hey, did you get some good sleep last night? No? Me? Either. Yeah, if not, you're not alone.
Sleep, we know, is a huge issue for so many people. I've certainly struggled with it, and here are some sleep solutions that really work. Naturopathic doctor and founder of the Whole Health Wellness Center in Farmington is Dr. Jennifer Stagg, and we were talking about what can we do this week. I said, you know, everybody's been asking about sleep because we've got here at the office, Nicole Malep is struggling with her little ones. You're struggling just because you're basically have to get up at 3 in the morning.
I'm a vampire. We get up in the middle of the night. Yeah.
I started struggling moving to the perimenopause years, but basically lots of people struggle. It just depends on what phase or why you're struggling of how you're going to treat it.
Right, exactly, because it's like, in general, 30% of the population has had insomnia at some point. I've dealt with it. My teenagers have dealt with it. It's like really common, and you're right, it depends on where you are. So like what we would recommend for a little kid for helping with their sleep would be a lot different than oftentimes what we would recommend for someone who's like a 50-year-old woman.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's start. Let's just start in order of age, right? Little kids, because I know that's an issue. If you have little kids and they're not sleeping through the night, moms can't sleep through the night.
Right.
And I think a lot of people just struggle and think, well, I have to live like this, but that's not necessarily the case.
Right. Yeah. And of course, like most people have been through all the sleep training strategies and all of that. But so if you've done all the sort of sleep hygiene and behavioral stuff, then if you're starting to think about like supplements or something you could give to your child, you could start with teas, basically, obviously a cool down version. But chamomile is something that I really love for little kids. It's my favorite herb for little kids. And you know, you can find that widely available at the grocery store, organic chamomile tea, just steep it long enough. Sometimes I have people double bag it.
Okay. So like put 2 bags in, and that's the other thing is like don't just put it in and then drink it because you're actually waiting for the herbs to come out.
Yeah, you want to like let it steep like 5 to 7 minutes and even cover it so it really concentrates well.
Okay. That's interesting. All right, so if we're moving up, like you said, you're teenagers. That was the one time of my life that I never struggled, was when I was a teenager.
I could sleep like till noon the next day. I think everyone wondered, like, is she alive?
But seriously, I was golden with sleep, but your teens struggled.
Well, yeah, and I would say more and more, like kids now are dealing with so much stress and demands that it's more like the getting to sleep problem. Like, yes, most teens can sleep in, not a problem there. It's getting to sleep.
Yeah.
And so
we didn't have cell phones.
Right, yes. Like, so obviously those sorts of things are really
Or college
impactful.
kids staying up late. And I did notice that was my first time getting insomnia. It was like when I tried probably a couple all-nighters and then I couldn't sleep again after.
Yeah.
So if you're a teenager and you're dealing with stress, anxiety, testing, whatever, and you're just not sleeping the way you would like to, what do you do?
I would probably start with magnesium there. And that is something even with the powders that you could do for little kids too. Like after you've tried teas, relaxing teas, you could do magnesium. So for a teenager, obviously you could give them pills of magnesium. And for magnesium, I really like to use magnesium glycinate or magnesium threonate or like brain mag are the options there.
And you have that out there, but it's also, you want to look at that because a lot of times when you're just picking it up, it might just be magnesium citrate, but the glycinate, I've actually noticed, like
there's a difference.
Yeah, yeah, people will notice a difference. Now, of course, I'll get people coming in and they're on mag citrate and they're like, this is working for me, great. But if it's your first time, try the mag glycinate. It's less expensive than the mag threonate, and a lot of times that can do it, but another option is mag threonate.
Okay, so if you are also, let's talk about melatonin. There's a lot of people wondering, can I take it? Should I take it? Can we take it at all ages?
Yeah,
what's your take on melatonin?
Melatonin like is commonly prescribed by pediatricians routinely. I would say they usually go to that actually before magnesium or any of these teas. It is a little step up, I would say, in terms of intervention because it's a hormone, but it's a very safe hormone to use, and you really can use it at any age. Some of the better results come with people who are sort of like shift workers who are having problems with sleep because of their schedule, but you can find people that are really good responders at like any age as well without, just general sleep problems.
Okay, so now let's get to the women who are, I guess, anywhere in those 40s, 50s and beyond. They're dealing with changing hormones, and I don't think anyone told you that. Now it's becoming more popular. Like, if you're starting to go through perimenopause or menopause, apparently insomnia is a huge symptom.
Oh yeah, big time. So like in those years, we're looking at rates probably more close to 50% in perimenopause and menopause. So not everybody has it, but obviously a lot of women do. So you can start with like magnesium. That's also good. A lot of times for our women, we'll use sedative type herbs along with magnesium. So I like this formula called Myocalm Plus that has some valerian, passiflora. Like, it really calms the nervous system, which is kind of acting up in that age group. But then we might want to intervene them with some like phytoestrogens, like plant-based estrogens that are going to help balance hormones. And of course, like HRT, bioidentical, would be an option too.
Okay, so we're going to take a deeper dive on the Care is Cures podcast, so look for that. Thank you, Dr. Stagg.
Thank you.
In the meantime, Eyewitness News at 4 is coming up next, and we're happy that you were here for Scott, Caitlin.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. And I'm taking all these notes because maybe I'll actually get a good night's sleep tonight.